Any other shout outs before I start? All right, I'm going to get going. So I'm shouting out to everybody, even just for being on this call. So yay. Okay, I am going to get going. Again, I totally goofed and didn't do a presentation. So it's just, you're going to see my screen and you'll see my husband's big head in the background. Hold on one second. Okay, can you guys see this right here? This says Team Synergy Call. Okay. So tonight I am going to talk about, can you guys, I think Scott, you might be, sorry, you need to mute yourself. Thanks. So I'm going to talk about something that I was being asked a lot this past week. And I know for me, it was a big thing. I was like, how am I going to add people into my life? Or am I going to get new people? All this other stuff. So I'm going to talk about becoming visible, reaching more people, and adding people into your life, and how to do that. Again, this is super important. I'm recording, right? I think I am. Super important because you have a warm market, and you'll see that sometimes like you'll get a ton of people, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh crap, like I don't know who else to reach. So you need to be consistently adding people into your life, and that is what I'm going to get into now. So again, sorry that I have to open up a picture each time. Okay, so I love this this is actually my business coach, Jen Scalia. And I just got an email from her today, and it said this, and it said, get over, it actually did not say stuff. If any of you know Jen, you know what the word actually was. And then invest in yourself. I am personally a big believer in investing in your health, investing in like trainings and things that are really going to help you. Being confident is huge in this. If you guys are not confident, it comes with time and it comes with taking action. So remember that. And we have calls on becoming confident in the files. If you look in the files, there's old team calls on that. And, Shalene Johnson has stuff on confidence. Just doing personal development is going to help you with confidence. But again, the biggest thing that is going to help you with confidence is taking action. Okay, being visible, what we're going to talk about tonight. And this is also what I'm going to talk about is creating raving fans. This is important because you want people to love you, right? They're going to want to come to you if you are creating these fans. Okay. Oh my gosh, seriously? Okay, so first, you need to know who you want to help. You need to know who your ideal client is. I talk about this a lot. And there is also in our files, there is a branding and knowing your ideal client sheet, and on the team training site as well. So it's important to know their struggles, what they want and what they need. And also I'm going to talk about like going where your ideal person is, and seeing exactly what they need. So for example, my ideal client is a mom that is ready to, she knows she wants to take control of her health. She's sick of feeling like crap. She is realizing that she needs to do something now. She wants to be confident. She wants to be in pictures with her family. She wants to be able to stay home with her kids. She's sick of having financial stress. She wants to have freedom. She wants to be able to do whatever the heck she wants. She wants to be surrounded with other women doing the same thing. And so I'm in a lot of groups where there are moms, right? And I will see what they are saying. Like today, or yesterday there was a mom that posted in our group and it like broke my heart. And she was like, I'm going to this swim class for my son. And I'm just so disgusted with how I look. And oh my gosh, everyone's going to look at me and think whatever. So, you know, I can actually use those words when I'm doing posts and things like that and say, you know, are you a mom that is just so uncomfortable in her bathing suit that you don't even want to go to your kids' pool or swim lesson? So things like that, like know exactly what they're struggling with. And then you could create posts and stuff to say, hey, I can help you, or to give advice and things like that. But it's super important to know their struggles and what they need. And you guys, you can just ask people. It's okay to do that. Let's see. This is like really annoying. Okay. Okay, so this was talked about. The one thing that I did was I joined a ton of Facebook groups, but this was before I was a coach. I was a new mom. Actually, it was actually before that. I had, when I started kind of changing my own diet and things like that, like I just wanted to be surrounded by other people that were doing the same. I wanted to learn. I wanted to be supported because I didn't have anyone else around me doing the same thing. So I needed that support. So I just would look for groups. So somebody had asked, how do you find these groups? You literally go to the search bar in Facebook and search. So let's say you want to look for groups on going vegan. You type in vegan, whatever, and then you could start looking for groups. I was looking for vegan mom groups because I was like, oh my God, I'm pregnant. I had no idea what the hell I was doing. So I was searching vegan mom groups. Then, then I was searching other mom groups, and I just started finding these groups. And I know a lot of, like, some people have pets, so they're searching for pet groups that they can go into and just share and have fun and all that. I'm going to tell you some really important things though. So you really only want to select a few to focus your attention and build relationships. I really want to stress this, and I have it on here. This is so important. You need to go in with the right intentions. You need to go in because you want to build relationships with people. You want to make friends. I wanted to have new people in my life. I wanted to learn. And as I was learning, I was able to help others. I just did that genuinely without thinking twice about it. Again, this was before I was a coach. I just did this because I wanted to. And I just started growing my friends list because of that. And literally someone would agree with me and I would friend them. Like, I didn't think twice about it. I was like, new person that I can have in my life that gets it. And then I would send them a message and just say, hey, thanks for the friendship and whatever. Maybe I would check out some of their pictures and be like, I love your recipes, cute kid, whatever. Like, I just did that without thinking twice about it. So, make sure you're going in, introduce yourself, answer questions, help people out, just get in there, post fun things. Like, social media, it's called social for a reason. Like, people want to go on to have fun and learn things, not to like be spammed. I'll talk about that in a second. But so make sure you're just going in there and being you. Be you. Make sure to be you. I became passionate about health. So I became known as the go-to. I mean, I just started getting tagged constantly when there were any questions about eating, just because I was always answering people's questions and helping them out. Like, oh, have a green smoothie. Like, that was my thing. That was like my go-to, just have a green smoothie. It'll change your life. So I just became known as that person. People knew me that I was all about eating real food and all that. So, once you're in there and you're in there often and they're seeing your face, make sure also, this is huge, your profile picture needs to be you smiling. Like, I don't want to see words, quotes. I don't want to see your dog. I don't want to see your kid. I mean, if you're with your kid, that's fine. But like, we need to see you, and like, not you with a friend, because I don't know who is you. Do you know what I mean? So super important. Mine is getting a lot of attention because I have a shirt that says, breastfeeding is my cardio. That's my target market. My target market is moms that, new moms. So they're like, oh, I love your shirt. They're just, it's grabbing attention from people. So make sure that that's really important. Let's see. So, go in there. You're showing up and helping. I can't see if I can't see if there's any questions. I'll get to everything later on. So where's your ideal client hanging out? You need to know who your ideal client is. So it'll always revert back to that first thing that I said of who is your ideal client? What are their struggles? What are their needs? Who do you want to help? Who do you want to help? And again, have the right intentions. Okay. Do not, under any circumstances, be spammy, salesy, or annoying, and only show up when it will benefit you. This is not what we are about. I'm going to repeat that. This is not what we are about. When I see that, I want to pull my hair out, and I literally call people out because it makes me want to throw up. And it makes businesses look bad. Again, this is about helping others. So I see this a lot because I get tagged in them. Somebody will ask about the 21-day fix, or not even, someone will ask how to get healthy. All of a sudden, all these coaches come in and they're like, do the 21-day fix, do Shakeology, then you'll get the Advocare people, you get the It Works people, just saying. And then I'm like, wait a minute, how do you even know that that is going to help that person? So there's me. Well, what are your goals? How are you eating now? What do you want? What is your vision? I'll give ideas of what to eat, things like that, because I don't know if the 21-day fix is going to help that person. So, again, don't just go in and jump all over these people. That is just giving Beachbody coaches a really bad name, and I'm personally really sick of seeing it. So do not be that person. Also, do not just go in and randomly post like, oh, look at my transformation pictures. I did the 21-day fix. No. Again, I mean, totally, if you, Liz Swift did an awesome post that I saw in a mom group, and she basically just introduced herself. It was a picture of her and her daughter, and she was like, this is me, this is my daughter, I love health and fitness, but she just like said that. She got so many friend requests, it was like insane. Let's see. Okay, and like I said, just add people. Do not be shy about this. If you guys have things in common, if someone is constantly liking what you're saying, if they're replying to what you're saying, if you're replying to what they're saying, don't be shy. You guys have something in common, and why not add that person into your life? And then just go ahead and send them a message. Hey, how are you doing? Maybe see something else that you have in common, or whatever. Even sometimes I'm like, man, I just like having other moms in my life. It feels good to know that I'm not alone, and I like seeing their posts on my newsfeed. I'm going to see if there's any questions. Are there any questions? I don't know how to bring this back up. No? Okay. 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 So just do this. Don't think twice about this. Just go do it. I want everyone to have their own Facebook group by tomorrow. And honestly, don't get too caught up in a name. You can always change the name if you just want it to be, I don't know. I really don't know. Like, just come up with something and just have a free Facebook group. I have a group that is for anybody. They do not have to have an account with me. It is up to you what you want to do. But my whole point of doing this is to build relationships with people and give them value and show them what it's like to work with me. So like I said, it's a great way to build relationships and give value to your people and build authority. I get all the time that everyone's like, oh my God, no one's posting in my group, blah, blah, blah. It's your group. And when you're first starting it, people are joining it because of you. and they're wanting you to give them information. They're expecting that from you. Of course, you want to maybe post questions to get interaction and stuff like that. That's a whole nother call. We've actually had a call about that, so check the files. So it's a place, again, for your ideal client to get support from you for now, and help you by telling you what they need and struggle with. I see it. I had someone post in my group today how she's feeling, and I'm able to see the issues that people are having. Then I could go create Facebook posts off that. I could create a video based on that. I could create a blog post based on that. I can, whatever, I can help because I know what they're struggling with. Also, this is going to help you stand out, and again, making sure that it's value for your people. It could be anything. Like if you see a tip, anything, just post it in there. What you're having for dinner, post it in there. Quotes. You don't have to be perfect, and you may not know what the heck you're doing when you're starting, but just do it anyway. Like I'm still kind of figuring out exactly what I want to do, but again, you're creating this place, this tribe. You want to build a tribe of your people. Also, it's a great place to host free challenges, and I'm going to talk about that in a bit. And you can also, if you want to increase participation, if you want to get people in there, you can do giveaways. Something to note about groups: never ever add. I'm sure if you guys have ever been added to like a Jamberry group or a Unique or something like that, like you're like, oh my gosh, please don't just add me to this. Do not just add people to your group, and do not ask. This is something else I'm seeing. I'm seeing like the makeup people, they're saying, oh, just add all your friends and you'll be entered to win a prize. No. I was added to one. I was like, really? Do not do that. I do have people that will add their friends, and I actually reach out to that person and say, hey, before I add you, I just want to make sure that you do want to be added, because I don't want people to just be added without wanting to be. So again, this is a great thing to do. Please, I know so many of you are overthinking right now and are probably like going crazy thinking what you're going to do. Literally just create a group and just start, put it out there. Be like, hey, I started this group for anyone that wants support, wants to get healthy, blah, blah, blah. And just put people in there. And another thing, I do create so much value, and I am the authority in there, that I do feel that it is completely okay for me to then share about my monthly groups. And I mean, because I am sharing so much value, because I am doing so much, because I am building those relationships, it is totally okay for me to do that. I do not feel salesy is in any way, again, because I am giving and giving and giving so much. So as long as you are giving, do not feel that you cannot, say, hey, tell about your group. I do see a chat. Okay, I'll do this really quick. Let's see. Sorry, I'm going to the questions. Julia said, I have a group following my journey, both my personal move across the US and fitness, because they are happening at the same time. Would this be appropriate? I would need more information about that. If you're giving value to people, sure. No, I would not make your Facebook group public, because a lot of people, I wouldn't want to be in a Facebook group that's public, because then if I post in there, people could see my post, and I don't want that. Do you just invite anyone randomly, or do you ask them if they want to join? I post on Facebook a lot, saying that I have this group and if anyone wants to join. I also do challenges to get people in there, which I will talk about in a second. Also, and this is more advanced, and I will talk about that later. If you have like newsletters and things like that, you could add people through that. Do you suggest posting the same thing on your personal page and on this page? You mean in the group? If that's what you mean, then yeah, I do that a lot, actually. Just because they see it on your personal page doesn't mean that they're going to see it in the group, and vice versa. And like, I have a lot of people in my group that I may not be friends with yet, which I suggest you do become friends with them, but sometimes. Samantha, oh my gosh, this is like, Samantha, yeah, I got suckered. Hold on. Yeah, I got suckered into a 30. Yeah, it's crazy pants. So just leave it. And I usually, well, you can actually build relationships in there if you want, but tell the person too. Jordana Jaffe has some great Facebook group tips. Yep, she is who has helped me immensely with that. Oh my gosh, this is, I'm in a bunch of leggings groups where you buy leggings. I've never worn leggings in my life. Oh, that's hilarious. And wait a minute. How have you not worn leggings? Okay. How long do we do it for? You keep your group. That is an ongoing, just value relationship building group. That is forever. That is, I tried to start a group, but forces you to add someone. Yeah, I usually just add like Kristen Garrow and then I take her out. Because my husband's not on. Is this where you add people who just want free coaching? Yeah, you can just add those people that want free coaching, but not even just them. Like, it's just like anybody that I can give value to. Like, if you're like, I'm in so many, okay, I'm just going to use Jen Scalia as an example because I love her and she's my business coach, but she has this one group and it's just anybody that wants help and support from her in general or from other people. She's created this like community of women that want to kick some booty with their businesses and they're in there. And then she has no shame in saying, hey, I'll coach you for $2,000. I'm sorry, or more or whatever. Like, she has no shame. She does it because she gives so much value in there, like so much. If you have a public group started on Facebook, yes, you can switch it to private. So far my group is just a place to share my progress through changes, but I would love to connect it to my challenges and events and would love to give value. Yep, do that. What kind of value do you add in your free group? I feel like it's crickets and I post pretty much every day, so maybe I'm not posting the right things. How many people do you have in your group? Because honestly, if it's a good post, you'll get 10% of people doing anything. Most of the time I don't get likes or anything. It doesn't matter. People are still seeing it. Think about you. Are you liking everything that you see in the Synergy group? I really need you guys to think about this. Like, are you going in and commenting and liking on everything? No. That could mean that it doesn't apply to them, which you want it to apply to them, but not everyone is a liker and a commenter. There's so many lurkers out there, but also share you. This is huge. You need to share yourself. We say to share it on your wall. You need to share about you on your page, share your struggles, share your journey, all that stuff. Are you a liker or a lurker? Yeah. Okay. I'm done with the questions for, yes, you can do polls in your group. And I think I will talk about that, but that's actually a really great idea. Okay. Whew. Do I have water? Yes. Again, I'm sorry about this. Oh. Okay. Hold on. Give value on social media. You guys, we have the bomb.com social media training in our files. When I do my trainings, those of you that are in my training right now, you better be using that. In the team training site, the files that we have on social media, I paid a ton of money from Amy Porterfield to get that, and this is even better, and it's directed right to Beachbody coaches, so make sure that you're using that. Do not feel like you need to be on every social media site out there. You're going to go crazy. You're going to lose your mind. Try to stick to 2 and show up like crazy on there. So for me, Facebook is like my go-to. Facebook is my thing. I'm also on Instagram. I do some Pinterest stuff, but like, honestly, my biggest thing is Facebook. I rarely do anything else. So I'm not really showing up on too much. Again, I'm mainly Facebook. But where is your ideal client hanging out? If your ideal client is on Instagram, then you need to have your booty on Instagram. My ideal client is on Facebook, so I am on Facebook. Make sure to show you, again, we say this all the time, I want to see you on your page. Like, if I don't see a picture of you, if I scroll and I don't see a picture of you, that's not good. You need to show you need to show your life. It's like a reality TV show. Just bring people into your life. They want to know what you're doing. They want to know what you're up to. And also throw in what you do. If you don't put out there what you do, nobody is going to know that you can help them. Nobody is going to know that you can help them change their life. So if you are not showing up and you are not sharing this, it is selfish. And I said that in a video the other day. It is selfish for you not to do that because you don't know whose life you could change. So make sure that you are on there and you are letting people know what you do. Today, I just posted something showing what my ideal target market needed to see. They needed to see my baby there getting ready for the, doing work with me. So I posted that so people know what I do. I also shared a transformation from one of the moms in my group, which was freaking amazing, made me cry. So, make sure you're sharing all this stuff, but also, give value. What does your client need help with? You need to know that. Again, know their struggles. If people are asking you questions, write them all down, make posts and videos off that. That's all you need to do. See what they're asking you and then answer that. Show what you're eating. One of the things, oh man, I thought I put it on here, but one of the things that I did, and I'm seeing a lot of coaches do now, is creating an album of like your journey with a program or what you're eating. I am doing my postpartum journey. I see Tori and Kristen Garrow are doing something. They're always sharing their food. Kristen Robinson is sharing her hammer and chisel journey, all in an album. So when you post into that album, it's going to show up for people, the whole thing. They could look through the whole thing. So it's like a one-stop shop for like value, boom, and showing what you do too. Let's see. So again, you need to know what they need help with. And if you're helping them, they're going to love you. Again, we're trying to create these like raving fans, right? So they're going to come to you when they need help. Build relationships and connect on your posts and others. If anyone comments on your post, make sure you're liking it. Make sure you're commenting back. Let them know that, that you're appreciative of their comments or whatever. Make sure that you are going onto people's pages and that you're liking their things and you're commenting on their things. Don't feel crazy sending messages to people and say, hey, oh my gosh, that recipe you posted looked great. Like, thanks for sharing that. Like, again, this is social media. This is all about getting people to build relationships. It really is. So remember that. And again, that social media guide in the files on the team site is golden. Also, if you do not know how to effectively use something, look up trainings. Go to YouTube, Google, find people that know what they're doing and do their trainings. When I started this, I was just immersed in learning. I could not stop learning. I was like, I don't know Facebook. I did not know Facebook. I had like 300 friends. I didn't know what I was doing. I found out that Amy Porterfield was like the go-to for Facebook. So I did trainings from her. At first, they were free trainings. I found someone that does trainings on Pinterest. So I did a training from her. I found someone that did trainings on Instagram. So I did a training from her. I found how to create a website. I created my own website. I just like did everything because I knew what I wanted and I knew that I needed to learn how to do it. So that is going to be your best option for doing all that. Find the experts and get the trainings from them. Let me see questions. Is there a helpful, wait, hold on. Is there a helpful breakdown of what types of people or markets? I have no idea. I would Google. If anyone else knows, go ahead. Okay. I do know that on Instagram, it's a lot of, people do show a lot of like fitness stuff and food. That is big on Instagram and quotes and stuff. But okay, so this is going to take a little bit longer. This call is going to be longer, guys, but it's like so important. So free challenges. What better way to give your people value and to make you known as the, again, the go-to, but make sure that it's something that they want and need, right? So again, why are you going to do these? People see what it's like to work with you. It's going to increase your visibility as an expert. It's also going to increase your visibility in general. Like, people are going to be able to find you. When I did my first free challenge, it was a clean eating group. I added so many people because of that group. It was like insane. And that was my first like major giving so much value that people were like, yes, Tatiana, please help me with more. And grows your free group. Do your challenges right inside that free group. No more creating a free group or creating a new group every time you do a free challenge. Just do it right in that group so you can just add people in there as you do it. And again, yeah, this is a great way to reach your ideal clients, because if you are giving them something that they need, right, they're going to come to you. It's going to be awesome. So the how-to, again, make sure it's something they need. If you don't know what they need, ask on your Facebook page. Maybe give them ideas, because sometimes if you just say, hey, what do you need help with? People are like, I don't know. So give them examples of something that you know that they need. Think of you. What did you need before you started this? Because that's usually your ideal client, is the old you. Make sure it solves a problem for them. When naming it, use words that they would use. Again, this is why it's important to know them and know what they're saying. I personally say make it 5 to 7 days. And then every day you want to make sure that you have clear, actionable steps. Know what you're going to post each day. Know what they need to do each day. Give value every day, all that type of stuff. We do have some ideas. I actually posted in the files like a sugar group that I did, and I made a video and I made a document. Like, everything is there for you guys. There's also clean eating group scripts that, again, when you're doing this at first, don't feel like you need to do everything yourself. We have the scripts, but as you get going, you're going to change it up to your ideal client. You want to add things in because you want to be you. You don't want to be me. You want to be yourself, because people are going to know right away if you're not being you. Also, make sure that you are introducing yourself in there. Make videos. Videos are huge for people to get to know you, but at least post a picture of yourself. Tell about you. Have people introduce themselves, all that stuff. This is so important. Again, have a call to action at the end. You are giving so much that you should feel confident in the end to say, listen, if you are ready to get X, Y, Z, if you're sick of A, B, C, then I have the perfect thing for you. And I'm going to give you exactly what you need to hit those goals, whatever they may be. Again, you need to know your target market and exactly what they want. And then you could tell them, listen, I'm going to give this, this, and this to you. And even say, man, this is worth $2,000 and you're only going to get it for, you're going to get it for only this amount of money. Oh my God, this is amazing. You should do it. So yeah. Let me just see what questions there are, because I might be answering them. Tina, if you're struggling to find topics to do, again, you need to ask your target market what they need. That's it. You need to ask them what they need. If you have a group already of free and paying customers, we would still make another totally free group too. No, you could just add people in there. The only thing, I wouldn't make a new group. I would just add everybody in there. That's what I did with mine. Scott says it's so good. I want to jump up and down. Yay. How do you differentiate the value you can add in a paid group? It doesn't matter. You want to give people so much that they're like, oh my God, what is she going to give me? And even if it's the same stuff over and over, it really doesn't matter. Like, as long as you're helping them, that's all that matters. I literally have people saying to me, I want to pay you for everything that you're doing for me. Like for all the free stuff that I do, they're saying, I want to pay you. So after the call to action, that would be another group to start then. It all depends. Yeah. I mean, I have a group that is completely free. Then I have a group that is only for challenge pack clients, only challenge pack clients. So yeah, that's it, because the value, I stress the value of having the support with that and people doing the same thing that you're doing and all that. Okay, so how about adding people in your upline? Anything we should avoid? You mean adding people into your group from your upline? I actually have people in my free group. I have coaches in my free group. I'm cool with it. They're usually the ones that like and comment on stuff. So, I mean, I'm cool because everybody needs help too. We all need help. Just everybody don't be shady, right? Don't go stealing people's people. That would just not be cool. Okay. More on free challenges. So, and I talk about this. If you go into the files about my sugar group, I talk all about this. You are going to want to start, if you want to make this a big thing, like you want to start marketing at least 10 days before that. You also want to breadcrumb about it daily. What do I mean by that? I mean, you're making a post related to your challenge and add a PS at the end reminding them that, hey, I have this free group going on. Let me know if you want in. So I did my sugar free group. And then one day I did a post about, oh my gosh, I don't even know. I think it was just like even like us, my husband and I cooking, and I said something about like not having sugar cravings anymore. And then I said, oh, PS, if you want to join my free drop the sugar, group, then let me know below. When you do that Facebook post inviting, when you do any Facebook post inviting to anything, you want to make sure that it's not just like, hey, join my group. You want to make a post that has your picture, has a scroll stopping picture. You're sharing your story. You're telling them why you need to know your target ideal customer is because you need to know what they need to see. Copy, which is what you write, is very important. Don't stress out about it too much, but tell them why this is going to help them and why they want to join it. Listen, you want to join my group because you're going to learn how to eat better. You're going to learn how to eat for energy. You're going to learn how to eat so that you look good. Whatever it is that they need to hear, right? Again, what are people saying in groups? I have a form that I have people fill out. I've shared it in the group many times, and it asks what their struggles is and what they are. And a lot of people will say, man, I want to look good naked. Like, I don't even feel comfortable in front of my husband. That freaking blows. But you better believe that I'm going to post that when I do a post, I'm going to say, ready to look good for your husband, like stuff like that. Cause then I'm going to attract those people. Again, because I know exactly what they want because I've asked them. Okay, share your successes, what you have overcome or are overcoming. Give yourself credit because you guys are overcoming so much. You're doing so much. Share that with the world. That is so inspiring to people, and they want to do that. So make sure you're sharing that. And then also have them comment below. So just say, hey, comment below if you're interested. Feel free to share this with your friends if you feel this is going to benefit anybody, or also say, PM me, because some people honestly, like, don't get mad if people don't like or comment on those things, because they might not want people to know that they feel like poop about themselves. So don't be like, oh my God, no one's liking this post, no one's commenting on it. Like, it's because, if I felt like that shitty about myself, I wouldn't want others to know that. Well, the old Tatiana one of now I'm like shouting it from the rooftops, but so feel free to send me a message. I'm here to help you. Say things like that. So tips for your group. Again, I told you guys to have a piece of paper and a pen, and this is why, because there's a lot of information. So Stay engaged in your group, even if others aren't. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, no one is commenting all this. Who cares? You need to keep doing it. You need to keep posting in the group. You need to show that you're there, that you're not giving up, that you're there to stay, that you want to help people. So stay engaged. Also, make sure you're answering people's questions, you're responding to their comments, be helpful and give them value. You could also do, I never did this before, so this is going to be new for me, but I am going to say, hey, I'm going to be giving away a gift card to people who are participating the most. So make sure you're participating, and I will remind them often about that. In each post, make sure you thank them for joining your challenge. I literally will thank them every single day for joining. Check in on people, send them messages. Again, if you don't see them participating, send them a message. Hey, how are you doing? How are you liking the challenge? Do you feel like you need anything else? Whatever. And then also after the challenge, check in, because some people might not see all the posts. They might not see that last one where you're saying, hey, join my group. So you want to check in with people. Mid-challenge, get them excited about an offer that you're going to give on the last day. So you could even just say whatever the post is for that day. P.S. I'm going to be telling you exactly how you can get XYZ on Friday, or whatever it might be. Like, get them excited for that. Again, do it in your free Facebook group. If you have So, see what others are doing. I learned the most of what I have learned by just watching what others did. I would sign up for challenges just to kind of snoop and see what they did, see what they posted, see what their call to actions were. Whenever you sign up for a webinar or anything, you're going to see that you get emails after, and those emails are maybe giving you some extra value, seeing how you liked it, and they're totally pitching you something at the end. So just see how they do it, and just to get ideas. And any free challenges that you do, you'll see that they do the same thing. So just see what others are doing. You could learn, see what successful people are doing, and get inspiration from them. Okay, questions. So when you create a paid group for 30 days, you'll add them also to the free group. I don't add them to my free group. I will say, hey, if you want to join my group for just, whatever future support, go ahead. It's up to you. Like, you can delete the 30-day group. You would actually have to take everyone out to delete it. Or you could just start a new one in there. It's totally up to you what you want to do with that. I'm actually going to try something out. I'm going to have my completely free group that is like anybody. Then I'm going to have what I call Tatiana's VIPers, which is anyone that has ever bought any sort of program from me, even if not a challenge pack, so that they have a place to go to ask product specific questions. Because that's what I want. I want that group for just them. I'm going to try it out and see what happens. I'm not 100% sure how that's going to work, but okay, only 2 more. All right, another thing is free guides. If you go to the Synergy files, you'll see free guides that I've created, Angel has created, Tori has created, other people have created. They're just examples. I know I did one and I showed exactly how to use Canva to create a guide. You could just make, checklists, something with tips, steps, how to. It doesn't have to be anything like, it can literally be a page. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It all depends, how much you want to give. I hear people say, you really do want to create something that's going to make people say, man, I would have paid for that, but again, it could be anything. Like, checklists are huge. So you could do something like that, anything that's going to help anyone and be like, wow, they'll be like, wow, she's really helping me out. She's giving me so much value. And again, it's going to be another way to position yourself as an authority. And if you're like, oh my God, I don't know any, like, I remember when I started, I was comparing myself like crazy to people, and I was like, I don't know everything that they know, blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Like, I would also see what other people were doing, and it would give me inspiration, and I would kind of use that to help me create that. So feel free to take inspiration what I have done, with what I have done, with what other coaches have done. Googling on Facebook. I think my entire sugar challenge was based on like Googles that I did, like how to quit sugar. And I took information from that. So, you know, just do it. Just do it. Do it. Do it. Action, again, is going to create confidence. I'm pretty sure my first challenges weren't that great, but I kept going and I kept doing it. I did not stop. You learn every time that you do something. So just do it. Oh, and those free guides, seriously, you could just use Canva. It's so easy to use. I've done a video on how to do it. Again, if you search YouTube, you'll find everything. Okay, this is just some extra stuff and some advanced stuff. Ask people for referrals. You know that you can help people, so make sure that others know that too. You should be shouting from the rooftops what you are doing. Like, I love telling people that I can help them. I love it because I can. So I am constantly telling people, and I'm saying, hey, even if they didn't want to do something, hey, if you know someone that can use my help, please send them my way. But people, I remember when I first started coaching, like I would get referrals like crazy because, again, they knew that I could help their friends, whatever. So, but feel free to ask for referrals. I mean, how many times, I mean, I see people asking all the time, who do you go to get your hair done? Like, people are constantly asking for referrals for things like that. So, you know, make sure people know what you do so that then others can tell them to go to you. And then something more advanced, but I'm just going to say this. When I started, I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go full force. So I did. I wanted to make myself visible. I knew how important that was because I saw the successful people doing that. So I created a website. It's really not that difficult to do. There's easy ones out there. Having a blog is a great way to get information out there too, to help people. And if you don't want to write, you could literally just slap a video on there. Having a newsletter with an opt-in. I'm not going to get into training on this stuff, but this is just some stuff to look into. Those of you that did the Sarah Dan training, which was friggin' amazing for the price, you learned about this. This is super important because, again, this is a way to get people on an email list, and then you can send them all kinds of information and talking about your groups and everything else. You can offer calls to help people. I've been doing this a lot lately because I just cannot type on the computer with a baby in my arms. So I've just been saying, hey, let's get on a call. I have them fill out a form that I have, and it asks them what they need, what their struggles are, all that stuff. And I get on a call and I just do it to help them. And that's a huge way to give value. I mean, that's huge. You're just offering to help them with that. This was something cool that I saw. And this can be so scary. Like, I'm petrified to do this Write for Sites. Like, I'm so freaking scared to do that, but I know I need to do it. But Sarah Dan told us about this. And if you go to this helpareporter.com, you'll get emails on things that certain sites need things written about. I mean, if you see Mind, Body, Green stuff coming through, I mean, they're so easy. Some of these things that people write, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, I think my 3-year-old could have written that. So, but it's a good way to say, hey, I was featured on Mind, Body, Green. So again, I'm super scared to do that, but I know that stepping outside of my comfort zone is where the magic happens. So I'm going to do it anyway. And we all know that action leads to confidence, right? So hosting workshops and talks. I was petrified to do this as well. And I actually remember one day I was asked to just do a booth. I thought I was literally just going to have to stand there. And then I get there. She's like, oh no, you're going to have to do presentations all day. I'm like, awesome. But I just did it, whatever. I just pulled something out and I just started doing it. But that showed, it gave me confidence. First of all, it made me feel great because I was helping people, and it got my name out there. Webinars also, I've done a few of those. I know some other coaches on here. Think of how many people you can hit with a webinar. Think of the webinars, if any of you have been on any, like how many people you can actually get to via the internet versus in person, and you don't have to leave your house. Another thing that I want to start doing is getting on podcasts. That's, you're going to have to learn how to do that. Networking events, meetups, anything. Where are your people? I just signed up to do mommy and baby yoga. I mean, hello, I'm gonna meet so many people doing that, right? Mommy meetups for me. This is for me, right? Because it's my target market. So know who your target market is. But find meetups. There's that meetup.com, I think it is. Find where you can meet other people. And if you're an introvert, I don't know, man. I was an introvert. I was like so scared to do anything. And I was just like, I have to get out there. I have to do this. So, decide what's best for you. You can definitely just keep it to online, but these are just some other things. And tables at health fairs and things like that. I know a lot of people that have done that from our team too. So that's basically it. That was a lot. I'm sorry. All right, here I am. Does anyone have any questions? I hate to use the word overwhelmed because I think it's totally a state of mind, and it is. But I know that's a lot of information. I can share, I will create, or I can make it into a PDF, and then I could share the slides with you guys. Scott, do you have a question? I feel like you're...
Sorry, I'm still muted. It was an awesome call. Holy crap. Like, seriously, like Jeff Hill would say, there were so many little nuggets in there that I just was like, oh my God, this is like perfect. Great information, Tatiana. Like, I could go on for another 40 minutes, but just off of the things you mentioned, but I won't. Awesome stuff.
Yay, I'm glad, because this really is so important. And, I've learned from top dogs in this, like Kim Luna and Jen Scalia. I've learned all of this from them. So it's super important you need to implement this stuff. I hope that you are all doing free challenges. At least just giving value, whatever it is that you feel that you need to do right away to start. Have that free group, be in groups, give people help. You're going to feel so good about yourself. Every time I'm able to answer a question from someone in a group that helps them, that's just good. You feel good about it, right? And it builds their confidence. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if there's nothing else, you are so welcome. I'm so glad I finally did this. And I did record it. So I think that's all. And all right, have a great night. Thanks so much for getting on. Bye.
Thank you. Have a good night, guys.